So it's finally here. We finally had our first look at the Visor from Immersed, a very high resolution standalone mixed reality headset with micro OLED displays with a weight under 200 grams. Hey, Ty here, so welcome to the VR Tech channel. Seems like everyone wants to announce their headsets in these days. Yesterday we had Vive with the Focus Vision, and today we had Visor from Immersed. And well, next week it seems like we're gonna have the Meta Quest 3S. And maybe a sprinkle of Deckard from Valve? That will be cool. But anyway, what's this futuristic looking headset from Immersed? Well, let's discover it together in this video. Let's get into it. Alright, here we are. So what is the Visor from Immersed? Well, this is a next generation standalone headset with an XR2 Plus Gen 2 chipset inside, meant to work environment to actually substitute your monitor in a similar way to what happened with the app that Immersed themselves are creating. The idea was that the headsets nowadays are kind of too big and too bulky, so they wanted to create something that you could wear every day, similar to something that we have with the big screen beyond, but standalone, so without the need of any base station, with mixed reality, so the possibility to see through the cameras in front, and well, the ability to work by itself standalone or to connect it to your laptop or to your PC to actually work with it. There was a lot of skepticism around it because the announcement prior to this was kind of weird, and I have to say that the skepticism kind of remained because during the entire keynote we didn't see any second this thing turned on or, some ends on it. There seems like some people are gonna try it, but yeah, nothing for now. But yeah, what's interesting about this headset? Well, first of all, it's a very high resolution displays. They're gonna be 4K per eye. So in theory, even higher than what we have on the Apple Vision Pro. There are two pancake lenses paired with, of course, two micro OLED displays. So great blacks, great colors. Well, we know that it's gonna be a very good visuals. Those are very powerful, and we know the micro OLED tends to get pretty hot. That's why this thing has actually two fans on it, and the faceplate is made in magnesium alloy, so it's gonna work like a big heatsink itself. What do you see in front are actually the two cameras for the pass-through. That is gonna be two 42 megapixel cameras. Unfortunately, we didn't see the quality of them yet. And around also the cameras for the tracking and apparently hand tracking that you're gonna use to interact with this headset. By the way, this is a working headset, so you're gonna use it mostly with your mouse and keyboard that you connect via Bluetooth or, well, with your hands, apparently. Unfortunately, we didn't see any demos yet of this working. What's striking here, though, is how small this thing is for all the things it packs inside. Because again, this is a standalone headset with an XR2 Plus Gen 2 inside, a processor that is even more powerful than what we have on the Meta Quest 3 right now. The idea here was to make it as comfortable as possible, so as light as possible, and they kind of achieved the light thing because apparently it's gonna be 186 grams without the stamps or the faceplate. That is way lighter than our big virtual reality headsets, and its thickness is just of 41 millimeters. That compare with the Vision Pro and the Quest 3, those are 55% thicker, and the Quest 2 is gonna be actually 100% thicker, and probably also the Meta Quest 3S that is, based on the Quest 2 platform. This is gonna come with two stamps to look similar to the pair of glasses, and that was the idea, to actually make something that you could actually wear around and work in a working environment, of course, without people looking weird at you. But a strap is also gonna be included in the box when you wanna you stay with your PJ at home and, use it as you want. As we said, everything is to make it look more similar to a regular pair of glasses to make VR more acceptable in the future to people that are not really exposed to it. By the way, the particular thing here that, as you can see, there are two cables coming from the side and going back. I think this is a very clever way to actually distribute the weight and make it feel like, straight on your face and without dingling on the side or the other because of the weight of the cable. And one of these cables is actually gonna go to the battery bank that houses, by the way, also the Bluetooth antennas and the Wi-Fi antennas that were smartly moved over there to actually, offset the weight of the headset itself. I mean, the headset is 186 grams, so it's like lighter than the iPhone. The other cable is not really clear, but apparently it's gonna be used to be connected to your laptop. You actually, display your displays in there. Because again, the purpose over here is to have a system that is gonna make you work a bit in a spatial environment. You're gonna be able to have up to 5 screens in front of you where you're using it connected to a laptop. And as an indie app, Immersed, you're gonna be able to actually, remote collaborate with people that have the same app. On the Quest 2, on the Vision Pro, and something like that, because as they said, this is platform agnostic. So it's also gonna work in every different platform. It's gonna work on Windows, it's gonna work on macOS without any problem, and it's also gonna work standalone with the integrated browser in there to actually, do your job around. And it's also gonna work in a similar way to what happens with like the XReal glasses more than what happens with the virtual reality headset. You're not gonna use Steam VR, for example. Unfortunately, there's no support for it yet. Hopefully, it's gonna arrive in the future, but for now, the idea is to have it, for a working situation. I mean, it would be absolutely fantastic to use those 4K displays to play like some simulators, but Immersed, think about it. We need it. As I said, though, more similar to smart glasses because they're gonna have a follow mode where the screen is gonna follow you around, or a theater mode where you're gonna be able to put the screen in the particular position and then you're gonna be able to move around, to watch movies, that part of entertainment that can be important for some people. Bear in mind though that this is gonna be a custom headset, so that means that you're gonna have to give your IPD and they're gonna send a headset made just for you. A similar thing of what we saw on the big screen behind, so they were able to put less, moving parts in there to make it much lighter. Pretty cool though that every box is gonna come also with a visor case that you're gonna be able to bring it around. That is gonna be a very portable case. The idea again was to bring this around with you all the time to actually substitute the monitors. And while we didn't see any demos of it, well, we actually got a backpack for $129. With space for the visor itself and the battery inside. Actually, that looks like a very good deal. Anyway, guys, I wish I actually showed something more about this headset. I'll go a bit through the specs a bit better because 4K for displays is not saying much. And, we know that it's going to have that processor. We don't know how much RAM it's going to have, how big the battery is, and, all those small details that make a headset good or not. Also, not seeing it on again was a kind of weird. You do a big unveiling, a big keynote about it, and you don't see anyone using it live. Apparently, some people are gonna have some demos with it, as we said at the beginning, but this is the situation right now. Visor is gonna be $399 as an upfront cost if you buy it right now, and then from October 1st it's gonna be $499 plus of course the monthly subscription. But anyway, guys, I think that this headset looks very, very interesting in contrast with what we saw yesterday from HTC. Well, it seems like 2 worlds apart completely. Also, the prices are kind of comparable, so it doesn't make much sense to have something with the older generation thing. And we're not talking about that. We're talking about Visor. And while I really want to love it, I also want to see someone using it. I want to see the software in there, how it's going to work, because that is much as important as hardware. The Visor looks very interesting. I can't wait to try it out. I wasn't able to get there because I'm going to have to go to Meta Connect next week, and I couldn't just travel around all the time for family reasons. But yeah, hopefully this is good because from the hardware, it looks a very, very interesting headset. But hey, let me know what you think about it. Did you find the keynote weird? Did you follow the keynote? Do we need small headsets? Well, the Big Screen Beyond thought that, we need it. But yeah, let's see what happens with it. Anyway, guys, as always, if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like, please dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more VR tech. If you really love the channel, there's a join button on there. Little further, also the Patreon. Thanks to all the Patreons for joining the channel, of course. See you guys next video. Thanks for watching. Ciao.